Hey, what's up, witches? It's me, Luna. I am here with a really good, cozy pot of tea, and I'm settling in for a marathon shoot because with holidays and whatnot, there's a stack of 22 decks waiting for me to shoot videos on them. And my rule is I'm not allowed to use them until I've shot the video. So, pitter patter. Today, we are starting with a deck that caught my attention when it first came out, the White Sage Tarot, in a tin. Ooh, I'm just noticing that the tin is all nicked up. Well, you know, when you order things from Amazon and they put it in a bag instead of a box, it's what happens. But this is the White Sage Tarot by US Games. I'm looking at, this is by Teresa Hutch. There's a sword. Interesting, we only see a sword. Maybe that's a wand. Ah, and that's a cup, and that's a pentacle. That's actually a sand dollar. How cute. And like a latte with a little foam art on it. All right, what's on the back here? Set includes 78 pocket-sized tarot cards, a chakra chart card, custom spread card, and 64-page booklet. Now, most tinned decks that I'm aware of also have like a bigger version. The tinned is a pocket version, but I'm not really sure about that because I don't know that this came in any other form. So something for you to look up and find out, or maybe I will and let you know in a subtitle here. Inspired by ancient traditions, and let's see if I can get my English together here. Inspired by ancient traditions, this modern minimalist deck features charming animals in the majors and court cards, chakra colors in the minors, and natural elements throughout. White Sage Tarot helps people find clarity and flow along the journey of life. Okay. Pop the top off. We've got the little white book. Copyright on this is 2018, and it seems like I've been aware of this deck longer, so I really do wonder if there was a larger version. Okay. I'm not really that keen on the decks in tins, truthfully, because of the rattling around part. You can really beat your cards up, but you can see that this is a deck that was just purchased and put on the stack. I haven't even done the initial deplasticking. Again, holidays and whatnot. Let's take a look at the book. Seeking a way to balance the masculine energy in our culture with a soft, strong, and feminine deck, White Sage Tarot was born. The white sage plant is often used in smudging, particularly as an ancient Native American method to cleanse spaces and people. I do want to say here, smudging is a specific indigenous term. It's a specific term for the ceremony done by First Nations using sage. They have other sacred smokes as well, sweetgrass, cedar, tobacco. There's another one I can't think of. Anyway, that word, I feel, and the people that do it, most of them feel, should be exclusive to Native Americans and the ones that do that practice within that cultural context. I call it a smoke cleanse now. The intention of White Sage Tarot is to help people find clarity and flow while navigating life's journey. White Sage Tarot is a modern minimalist 78-card deck based on a classical model of tarot. The animals wear clothing, creating a whimsical touch to both the court cards and the major arcana. The colors of the 7 chakras, energy centers, are incorporated into the minor arcana cards as an additional way to read the deck. When you get your deck, it's good to spend some time with it. So we've got a getting to know it, and then we have a reading the cards, a different perspective. Tarot has a special way of helping us see new perspectives. It also helps us uncover things that we may be afraid of or are trying to avoid. When this happens, it's a good chance to go deeper into the lightness as well as into the darkness. A little thing on the chakras, and then we are into the meanings. And we just have upright keywords, and then we have a description of the image, and then we have keywords for reversed, and then another paragraph after that. And then at the bottom, I'm looking at the Fool here. We have Chakra 1, Muladhara, base of spine, red light. So, and then when we get into the minors, same thing. We have keywords that are bold, and then a paragraph, and then keywords for reverse, bold, and then a paragraph, and then the chakra, and where it sits and what color it is. And then when we get to the back, we've got, it says ingratitude. I'm confused here because I thought it said something about, okay, so there's a 3-card spread. All right, well, so we don't have like a Celtic cross or anything typical like that. Okay, I've zoomed way in because the cards are smaller, as you can see by my hand size, and I think it's time to pour some tea before I get started. That wonderful sound. So the backs are just simple weave design. And it's qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Okay. This just came out of the middle of the deck, you guys. Look at it. Like, ooh. It must be the edge of where the cards were cut. How strange. Alrighty. But I was going to say, you can tell by the back and just by looking at this first card and by the tin, actually, that the colors are very gentle. They're very light. They're very pastel. We do have a sort of loose art style. It looks watercolor. And we don't have the person. So it's an animal deck. So we don't have the actual fool, the person standing on the edge of the cliff. But what we do have is the little dog that's threatening to send him over the edge with a little stick in its mouth. All right. And then we have the magician. And all we get here is a feather and an eye. How interesting. So right away, I'm going to go to the book and see what kind of description we get. So the upright keywords are elusive, miracles, and magic. I'm just kind of going because elusive is not a word I ever in a million years would apply to the magician. I don't know where that comes from, but it applies here, I suppose. A feather floats effortlessly in the air above a nazar that wards off evil. I don't know that word, N-A-Z-A-R. This card is a good reminder to take the high road in order to access your unlimited power. The Magician card taps into your emotional, energetic, and physical body. This powerful card signals that you can make a difference in your own life and in the world. Getting in the flow is as easy as a feather drifting in the wind. And then the reversed is lacking self-discipline and purpose. You may be wary about making the necessary changes in order to use your power in a more spiritual and effective manner. It's Chakra 6, Ajna, which is third eye, and violet light. So very interesting. We are kind of radically departing. There's no indication without a number or a name here that this is the Magician card. Never in a million years would I know that. And so it is minimalist, as promised. And yeah, okay, let's just keep going. Here's the High Priestess, and we have a beautiful little kitty. So yeah, watercolor, really loose, flowing, colors overlapping. There is a little moon on the forehead there. And here's the Empress. A seal or a sea lion. I think it's the sea lions that can stand up on their flippers here. And we do have the Venus symbol there, and then we have the Emperor. And that's kind of cute and clever. He's got his nose looks like the Aries symbol. Cute. Then, whoops. Then we have the Hierophant. which is a fawn or a deer and a key. How interesting. Then we've got the Lovers and we have seahorses. Another interesting choice because it's the male seahorse that incubates the babies. Fascinating. I like that choice. Here's the Chariot. So we just see the two horses and a wheel. Now see, that I'd be able to guess. Strength is a bear. And the Hermit is a sloth in a hoodie. So she was talking about the critters being in clothing, but so far all we've seen is like jewelry. This is the first actual clothing, and it's the Hermit, and he's in a frickin' hoodie. And the star here, I suppose, is kind of the lamp with the star in it. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. How interesting. One would think if you're going to minimalize the Wheel of Fortune that it would just be the wheel, you know? Again, would I know that's the Wheel of Fortune? It is that Anubis? I'm not entirely sure, but I want to know. We have, yes, Anubis's head. And here's Justice. So we do have a lot of Egyptian reference here. So Mot weighing the heart against a feather. We don't see Mot, but that's what she does. And the Hanged Man, this is great. The Hanged Man is a monarch caterpillar that is getting ready to split itself open, turn into a chrysalis full of goo. But what a perfect image for the Hanged Man. And here's Death. The tunnel with the light. That is brilliant. So instead of like death or a cemetery or the skeleton on a horse and all those images, the thing of going down this dark tunnel with the light at the end, that idea of transition and passage, and wow. And then here's Temperance. So we do have the liquid flowing between cups. That's recognizable with a butterfly. The Devil is the snake with the apple. Temptation. There you go. And, temptation, and when you think about what is temptation here, it's having to overcome your baser nature. So your root chakra, desirous nature. And here's the Tower. We don't actually see any animals here. We just see a tower sinking into the earth. How interesting. Then we have the Star. Again, no animals here, but we have a bundle of white sage and the smoke curling around. It's a really peaceful deck. Here's the Moon, Horus, and the Sun, a scarab. I'm liking it. I got to say, Judgment. Look at this. And then we totally veer off into just an electric light. The light bulb, bink, coming on over your head. Very interesting image there. You would think it would be like we haven't seen any fantasy animals in here, but Judgment. Transformation. I'm sorry. Gonna continue. Don't get too bogged down here. And the World. Ooh, I like this. An acorn that's in front of a diamond. And so the hardest substance in the world, and then you have the acorn, which is the seed of the oak tree, which is a super hard wood. So the World really talking about these concrete, solid, but you get the sense of beginning as well, ending and beginning. All right, now we have Ace of Wands. We've got Pussy Willows. That's what was on the tin. And the Two of Wands. Oh, okay, so we're going pippish, eh? We've got pink, there. We've got green here. So this is where the chakra colors come in. And the 3, so they're just pippish with chakra colors. That makes me sad. You know, we're talking about an animal deck. I want to see animals the whole way. 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. I mean, we have slight allusions to the illustrated decks with the, you know, the wands with a bar in front of it, bundled up like the person's carrying them. And then, of course, we go into the courts, which have animals again. And, you know, I'm kind of glad this deck is so simple, because that it's the first one I chose on my shooting marathon, because it's not going to make me tired. All right, here's a peregrine falcon is the Page of Wands. Then we have a hawk, I believe, for the knight. Another, is that a snowy owl? No, it's got to be, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Let's find out. All right, and we'll also see how they lay out. Yeah, so it's laid out from ace through king. The knight is just says raptor, the queen. She carries a staff. So it doesn't actually tell us what the animal is, and that's kind of making me sad too. And another must be a hawk. Okay. Ace of Cups, as it was shown on the tin. Here's the 2. I like that. And this shows just how descriptive you can be with a very, very simple image, the 2 of Cups. So we see 2 cups, but what we see is the liquid coming out and intertwining. And that says a lot. And then we have the green for the heart chakra. 3 of Cups, that would be throat. The 4, I'm assuming this is solar plexus, or is it sacral? I think that's going to be sacral. Pelvis, orange light, yes. Sacral. Sacral chakra, there's yellow. That's the solar plexus for the 5. And we see, you know, cups that are chipped. So there is, this is interesting, 3 cups pouring into a 4th. So we do have this sense of, you know, loss and damage. And there's little clues in there, but not everywhere, not all of them. There's the 6, the 7. Like no clue there. We just have 6 flat images of cups and 1 in the middle. And then there's the 8. Okay. The 9 with a rainbow. That's pretty cool. And the 10. We have an otter for the page. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my God. Yes, they are adorable. If you like adorable decks. I think I did a video once, a hashtag on my adorable decks, and boy, this would be one for sure. There's the Ace of Swords, the 2. I like the way they're bound. So we don't have, you know, blindfold because we don't have a figure on the deck, but we've got the blades bound together, and I like that. Here's the 3 of Swords. The 4. Really interesting. You know, you get this sense that this one is disappearing behind something. So, you know, this must be the big stone slab. 5 of Swords. But you're not going to get that unless you already have Waite Smith images installed in your head, right? There's the 5, the 6. No idea of like transitioning over, you know, navigating waters or whatever. Here's the 7. The 8. The 9. Look at the rose. I guess that's a ribbon coiled up. All the swords pointing in towards the pink, which I suppose they're using for the heart chakra. I'm going to see here, since we have time. The 8 of Swords. Okay, that's the 9. base of spine red light. So that's what's looking pink to me here is actually the red, because they do use green, and that's for the heart. Okay. So the 9 is pointing directly at your root chakra, which is threatening your safety, and that's where all the anxiety comes from. Here's the 10 actually piercing the ribbon with the green of the heart. So there is good information with the color of the chakras, but you need to have that in your head. And here we have pumas. There's the page and the knight and the queen and the king, who is spotted. I love her rendering of the animals. They're very sensitive. They're very sweet. Ace of Pentacles. Look at the ribbon going through the sand dollar. I like that. The 2. Did I say 8? Ace. I don't know what I'm saying. The 2, 3, 4. I like the way they're kind of half buried in the sand. This idea of, making them stay. Here's the 5. Look at the broken one. And the 6, weighing things out. All right, so that is an image that's on the 6 of Pentacles. Weighing out money, loans and debts, 7 of Pentacles. The 8, the 9. Ooh, that's interesting. I want to look at the colors here. All right, 9 of Pentacles. The crown, white light. But that's not white. I am very confused. And then, like on the 10, it says crown, white light. So whenever we have rainbow colors or more than one color, that is representing the crown. That's interesting. Here's the page, the knight, the queen with the bibby, and the king, majestic. Okay. Now this is what they were talking about, spreads. Here's the chakra card. And we have the seed syllables for each one. Lam, vam, ram, yam, ham, om. And base of spine, red light, root down. Earth center, or earth element, be grounded and take up your space. The sacral is feel your sensuality. The solar is take action towards your own truth. The heart is love others and yourself. The throat, speak your truth. The third eye, create and imagine your truth. And the crown is know your true self. Interesting. Then we have the chakra energy rainbow spread. Your higher self, connection to source, your intuitive nature, higher levels of expression and communication, matters of the heart, who you are and the path ahead, emotions and creative life, influences on your family, home, and livelihood. So you read them in correlation with the chakras, and you lay out 7 cards and place them in a face down, bottom to top, and then you read them. Okay. All right. Whoops. Charcoal is lit. I did go grab the Magician from the standard weight Smith so we can compare size. And you can see that it is a pocket-sized deck. Very small. I look forward to shuffling it because I think the cardstock's going to be, standard U.S. games, and that it will shuffle as a deck should. But let's give it a blessing first. Let me see if I can. Nope, can't do it there. Let's do it this way. There we go. Playing with fire. One of my favorite things. All right. Oh, for crying out loud. All right. So, with white sage, I give a smoke cleanse here. By air and fire, may you be purified and charged. I have some friends that are in Florida right now, and I've put out an emergency request for more ocean water because I'm running out. And by water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. And by the sound of the bell, May the spirit awaken. All righty. Allies and ancestors, guides and guardians, thank you so much for being here and walking through with me the use of this deck. So I feel like this is such a short video. I mean, it really is. It's not even half an hour yet, but you know, I guess that's a relief to some of you. I offer fresh water. And I offer the fire of Azrael. Now, the shuffle. It feels so tiny. I mean, it's really not that tiny. I have some seriously tiny. And look at that. So here's the proof that you can do a small deck and have it shuffle like a dream. All right, let me give it a couple more riffles to get it really randomized, and let me cut in between them. So they say it takes 7 shuffles, like, you know, magicians and close-up sleight of hand magicians that do card magic. They say it takes 7 shuffles to get it fully randomized, but cutting in between really helps. All right, now let's cut, and let's ask for, please, some information. What do we need to know as a collective now? What do we need to know personally to fulfill our place in the collective? What do we need to know? What does this deck have to tell us today? I'm going to do my regular 6-card thing, even though the chakra spread's only 7. You know what? Let's do the chakra spread. All right. 1. Now I can't put 7 cards up here, so we'll go like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So the first level is, no, wait, this is the spread. The first one is influences on your family, home, and livelihood. So we'll look at that as, you know, as the collective. Family and home would be Earth and fellow critters, right? And we have the Temperance card. Oh my gosh. Influences on your family, home, and livelihood. Well, the message about our home planet is that we need to get our shit together and show some temperance. We have pushed things over the edge far too many times, and now we need to rein it back and seek some balance. All right, upright says symmetry, healing. Absolutely healing. Spotting a blue butterfly is a magical and fleeting experience. Balance also comes and goes. Find flow in your physical, energetic, and emotional bodies with the ease of water that pours from one cup to the next. Reversed says slight imbalance. Keep a careful eye on imbalances as they come up. One way to find balance is to notice imbalances, then make adjustments. Chakra 5, Visuddha, throat, blue light. But this is interesting because we have blue on the butterfly, but, you know, for, oh, this is a major. It doesn't have the ribbons. Okay, never mind. We have the color, though. So, influences on our Earth, it would be, you know, the imbalance, the need for balance. So I don't know about whether it's influences. It's just describing, you know, what is needed, what's called for here. The next one is emotions and creative life, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. Emotions and creative life. So how interesting that Pentacles, the culminating card of Pentacles, comes out when we're looking at emotional life. The physical comes out in reference to the emotional. So what I'm seeing here is that our emotional life is very much affected by our resources, by the heavy emphasis on money. It could also talk about maybe satisfaction emotionally, that we have everything we need. All right, let's just keep going. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So interesting, with all the shuffling, I still didn't get a complete randomization. This is who you are and the path ahead. Oh, wait, we need to read 10 of Pentacles. Family celebration. This card shows a pyramid of pentacles stacked to the ceiling. Above them, there's crepe paper ribbon hung for the party. Celebrate even the simplest pleasures of family life. Reversed is family burdens and short-lived celebrations. So this is the crown chakra. So it talks about taking things up to the highest level and celebrating simple pleasures. So emotions and creative life, it just talks about being in simplicity and celebrating the things that we have. The next one is who you are in the path ahead. And we have Nine of Pentacles, success and prosperity. Wow. Okay. So who else is getting surprised here? Because I've got, the context of our planet in my head, and I'm expecting to see all kinds of dire things. But this is saying that the issue, the focus at the root is balance and temperance and integration, the integration of lessons. And our emotional life is we need to recognize the beautiful, abundant resources we have and celebrate those. And then who we are. All right, let me fit these together. Who you are and the path ahead. 3 lines of pentacles, 3 lines of 3 pentacles lead up to a bright ribbon that has a dark side. Luxury and prosperity may make you feel happy for a short while. Be careful not to confuse this with the dark side of materialism. Reversed is living beyond your means, material identity. Be sure to find balance between work and pleasure. You're worth more than your bank account. Consume less and create more, and that is crown chakra as well. So the 10 talks about celebrating and family, and it's a healthy thing. The 9 is talking about overemphasis on luxuries and material things that can lead us to the dark side of that, and that comes in who you are in the path ahead. So we really need to check our greed, check our materialism, because it's what defines us. We have allowed money and dollar amounts. I like this, you're worth more than your bank account. That's where we're at right now, is we have allowed ourselves to become over-identified with our material resources. And the path ahead says, more of the same unless we address it. All right. The center is the heart. So we have the 3 chakras below, we have the heart at the center, and then we have the 3 above. So the center of the matter here is the Hanged Man. And this says matters of the heart. Reflective time crossroads. When a monarch caterpillar hatches, it frantically eats and grows, then crawls up to a leaf and turns into a J shape. When this happens, it completely freezes and waits for transformation. You too can benefit from stillness. And the reversed is let go, acceptance. The time has finally come for you to spread your wings. You may not even recognize your former self after this transformation takes place. And the chakra is Muladhara, base of the spine, red light. So we have that there, but okay, so in the temperance card, we had the blue. Of the throat. But here it says red, and we have no indication of the red there. All right. So matters of the heart were kind of, we need to reflect. And I think, reflecting on these things and how we need to bring balance back. All right. Then the 7. So higher levels of expression and communication. We have 7 of Cups. Upright is dreamy self-expression. You may be too focused on your dreams, illusions, and fantasies. Take some time to release your creativity by creating something real. Reversed is illusion, head in the clouds. That's interesting that, it seems like they've flipped those, because upright in Smith Waite is illusion, delusion, confusion, too many options. All right. Reversed illusion head in the clouds. This card reverse may indicate signs of being ungrounded in real life by trying to escape in the supernatural world. Check in with your heart to help you find balance. And that's the heart center with the green ribbon. All right. So, higher communication. Take some time to release your creativity through maybe, letting spirit communicate through your creativity, whatever that may be. I want some frankincense. Okay. Then we have your intuitive nature is the third eye, and we've got the Knight of Wands. So we've got 3 of the 4 suits, and I'm glad we came up with a good grief. That we came up with a court card. That's what it's called. All right. Upright is traveler, positive vibes. Pack your bags. The Knight of Wands is a good sign for travel. This raptor is a teenage boy who's ready to conquer the world. What he lacks in experience, he makes up for in enthusiasm. The pyramids in the background signify monumental achievements. Reversed says haste, scattered energy. When the Knight of Wands is in reverse, the message can signify rushing into a project or adventure without clear plans. No need to reinvent the wheel. Find out what worked for others and learn from past mistakes. And that's Manipura, which is the solar chakra, with a yellow light. Now, we don't show that. So through the rest of the minors, there's that ribbon that shows the color of the chakra, but it goes away with the quartz. So, intuitive nature, and we've got travel. I guess talking about just traveling by the seat of your pants in an intuitive way. And then we have the Page of Wands. So again, we get 2 adjacent cards. And this is your higher self connection to source. And that is adventure, youthful creativity. The Page of Wands represents a youthful feminine spirit. She's ready for an adventure with her walking stick and sun hat. Get out there and smell the fresh air. Reversed is unfocused pessimism. The Page of Wands reversed can depict lack of focus and direction before heading out on an adventure. Carve out some time to sit quietly, and that's the heart chakra green light. And again, it's not shown there. So that kind of, that has me a bit disgruntled. I have to say, the higher self in connection to source is an adventure. Get out there. And so I have to say the spread itself doesn't really do it for me. It doesn't really do it for me. I'm going to do, since this has been so short, I'm going to do something weird here. Yeah. I mean, there's the same message there. We just need to bring things back into balance. I am unsatisfied with that spread. I think that sometimes spreads are created without the voice of the deck in mind, because we've got this great, chakra spread. It looks good, but I'm thinking an oracle deck would be so much better for that spread, because the cards themselves and the meanings as they're written don't really fit into those slots that are defined by each position there. So I'm not thrilled with that. The deck itself, though, is a lovely little deck. It is very gentle. I think it might be fine, not so much as a beginner deck for somebody that really wants to study tarot, but maybe somebody that doesn't want to go deep, and just wants a light. I want to do something here and look up like 10 of Swords and see what we have. Betrayal and loss. This card can indicate a sudden change or loss. The swords in this image cut through a green ribbon symbolizing your heart center. Most of this change is out of your control. You can only control your response to it. So we don't shy away from the big stuff, right? I'm going to look at the devil as well. Death, the end of a being, a job, or even a concept. The devil, addiction, hopelessness, self-doubt. He pulls you off your true path, clouds your view. Where's your weakness? Can you see the truth? You always have a choice to break a pattern. And so, you know, we don't shy away from the original meanings of things. And we take in the full spectrum of life. So I think it would be a good deck for just a really quick thing where you don't want to go super deep. But this spread, not so much. What do you guys think? Do you have this deck? What do you think of it? Please let me know below, and please hit that like button on the way out if you in fact like this video. And what else? Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There are, you know, nearly 800 videos on my channel, so if you want to see some more stuff, just go on a search. I will see you on the next of my marathon unboxing videos. Until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.